go. So today we're covering the software. Any questions or concerns? Anything you want to see? Anything you have? I don't know. Any questions? Side questions? I know Sharonda already has some questions set out that maybe you guys can input. You guys can put them in the chat box. Unmute yourself. I mean, it's really up to you. Sharonda, if you want to go ahead and start it off, I know you have some questions you want to get answered. If you want to go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, so I've been getting a couple of just queries about different things to do with the Hive. So if Daniel's been working on videos to help us out, but if there's something that you just don't feel like that you can wait on, at the top right of the Hive, there's like a little circle that has your company's image, and next to it I think is the phone, and then there's like a black circle with a white question mark. That's the help button. I know with the change from the old menu to the new menu, it started looking different, so it was hard to find things. So yes. Yeah, so we can't see it unless we move. Well, in mine I'd have to move you out of the way. Okay. So it's like at the top right hand corner. Another thing, like I personally have tried different emails and it just doesn't work. I think I have issues with my IP address because I've had issues with it before, but I can get like my email for my business to work. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you can't get the one you have, Daniel, is Mailgun, right? Mm-hmm. There's Mailgun, and then there's Sendinblue, and then you can try uploading or try attaching Gmail. But if none of those work, there is a free email provider called Zoho. It's Zoho. And if you have your own domain, you can, and I use Google domains. That's another thing that I'll go into. But with Google domains, you have a lot of flexibility. Daniel was the one that hit me to Google domains, but Zoho, you can get a free account, I think up to 5 users to manage the email. Does everything that Gmail does. It organizes things pretty much the same way, but you can attach like your domain to it absolutely free. So, and that one does work with the Hive. Trying to remember everything that came up.
Well, you think about that. I'll kind of go over to Google domains. I'm gonna go into Google domains, and then you think of your next question. So everybody use Google. Use Google. I always recommend use Google. They're the most friendly. They don't make you jump through hoops. They make everything a lot easier. So if you're buying anything, use Google. Google domains, Gmail, all that stuff. Just stay with Google. GoDaddy is probably a second, but I wouldn't probably mess with anything else more than Google. It just makes everything simpler. The video tutorials are all coming out probably this week. They're actually getting uploaded right now, so I got to formulate a order and put it on a web page and all that good stuff. So that'll be coming out probably by Wednesday or Thursday this week. That's going to cover A to Z. Everybody's probably going to get a text message about that as far as the new updates and stuff that's going on. Once they get added. So there's new stuff coming out. Just because if anybody didn't get here earlier, I think I recorded like 70 videos in the last week. So all that stuff's going to come out once we edit them and get them up and running. So look out for that. But that's all up and coming. You have your next question, Sharonda? No, that was it.
So it was something else. I was like trying to remember all of them. And then I think this is Corey and I had been talking about this some months ago, and we were trying to find a software that had I guess it's the type of software is called knowledge base. And then I didn't realize that it was built into the Hive. So I can't remember if it's under sites or it's on the left hand side, but it's the way that you would build a webinar. It's the same I guess software in a sense. So what I'm talking about is let's say that you have team members that are coming on and you want to train them to do things the way that you want them to do, or train them to let them know how you're doing things. So you would record a video and you would put it on the Hive, and then it would save it in order, sort of like you have a completion of it. The only person that I personally know that uses it like a knowledge base is John Alexander. And I didn't even recognize it until after I go in and try to do my own. I was like, oh, that's what John's doing. So if you're in John's master class and you go through his courses, those are all built from the Hive. And I think, yes, yeah. So I just wanted to, I think that's it. I think that was it. It was just the emails, the question mark, and I don't know what it's called, the webinar maker.
I got it. I'm gonna show you here. So if you go to sidebar, you go to sites, and it's gonna be memberships. You have memberships, products, offers, analytics, and settings. If you go to products, you can create your own product, and it kind of looks like a jobby. If you go to memberships and settings, you can actually hook it up to your own domain. So it could be abccoaching.com, and you can connect it to your own product or course. And it's all login based too. So you can they have different types of courses you can create. So a sprint course is something you like give for free. You can do a membership course where you actually provide login details to your website. And that's one way you can monitor it. All this, you can create checkout pages, all the good stuff, customize it. But it's all built in memberships as far as right there. But yeah, you can attach files, create a video playlist, all that good stuff. So if you're one of the core things about business is you need to SOP your business. So it's a great opportunity to train your people. That way you can create a task thing, and you can see their progression on what they're doing and how much they actually completed inside the system. Go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, the universe has spoken, man. I've been up since 2:30 this morning trying to figure out exactly this. And I tried to do the membership thing, and I wanted to make some webhooks to the videos, certain videos, because there's VAs that we're bringing on, and I wanted them only to get to the cold call and how to move information from one from just in the cold calling pipeline, because I've already created the triggers to send it over to the seller leads once they tag it a certain thing. So you guys, man, this is amazing. This is the topic for tonight, and I'm chiming in right now. Like this is crazy. Thank you, guys.
No problem. So the reason why I recorded all this is that way you can give it to your VAs. That way they understand the basics. And then if you record something else on top of that, that way you show how you operate your system. That would take it to the next level. That way, like, hey, go watch Daniel's training videos. All my videos are 10 minutes and under. I try and compact it as far as that way it's quick and informational. That way you get all the information you need all at once. And then I'm gonna link to like advanced stuff because I'd made advanced videos using it at a high level. So that's all in the works. Just stay tuned.
Like, God, that scared the crap out of me.
Hey, Daniel. This is Chris. Quick question, man. So if we create like Loom videos for SOPs for our business, would we upload those in the same area, or where would we post those? Okay.
So here, let's hop into it. I mean, we're gonna hop into it. So let's say we'll say we create a sprint course, start building. Let's say it's your training, VA training. Create the product. And then you have your lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. So let's say I want to edit lesson 1. I just drag and drop my video into here and then type in whatever I want to type out. Okay. Really easy. And then make sure you publish your draft, just like everything else in the system, hit save. And that's how you start building out your training. But you can customize, delete, whatever you want to do.
Okay, right on. Can I ask you a totally disconnected question? So if I wanted to run my Shopify store on the Hive, is it possible to create a separate dashboard for e-commerce, separate from my real estate business?
We actually integrate via Shopify. So if you go to settings and integrations, you can use HiveMind for different shop. Here, let me show you. It's a new update just came out recently. So if I go to settings and integrations, which is towards the bottom, integrations, you can link your Shopify store right here.
Okay, I see that.
And then what you can do is once you get that set up, you can go to automations. I'm always going to show workflows because workflow, you can do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So with workflows, we can start from scratch, create a new workflow. You can do actions based off your Shopify store.
Okay.
So there's going to be, I know I've seen it down here. We can do offer. So okay, so offer access granted. These membership triggers, those are for the memberships. We have, you can do like product completed. There's a thing. I know it might have been here. So we can do those in addition. I can't think of it off the top of my head. There's oh, it's in email settings. That's what it is. So in email settings, there's a place to, like, if somebody leaves a vacant shopping cart, you can email them like, hey, using SideMind, and text them if they put in their information. It's under I'll get back with you on that. I didn't make a video about that, but I could.
Okay. Yeah, it's something I'm sort of learning about. So I was just wondering if I can integrate that in the Hive. So cool.
Yeah, I'll make a video about it and add it to the edition. Let me write that down because I know I did it for sure. Because I don't know if people have live Shopify sites, so let me write that down. I will add it to the edition. Shopify.
Hey Daniel, real quick, I got 2 real quick questions. I screwed up my Facebook auto reply. So what was happening was I had it built out, with the tree, yes or no, and the weights and all that other stuff. And every time when the guy would reply to me, one of my messages, my templated messages would pop up. So I tried to stop it and then rebuild it out, and I just stopped it completely. So is there a way that I can recover my old tree and then work backwards and try to figure it back out again, or is that do I have to start all over? And then my second question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So once you delete it, it's gone. If you delete contacts, that you can restore contacts. There's an option in contacts to restore contacts, but the workflows themselves, once you create it and delete it, it's gone.
Okay. And then my second question is the videos that you are creating, where can we get those?
They're going to be released this week. I'll send everybody a link, and I'll send everybody a text about it that it's released. But essentially, it's going to be added to the sidebar. So whenever I release it, I'll text everybody.
Great, thanks, man.
That's awesome, Daniel. I can't wait to see the videos.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of work. Somebody asked, I don't know what the purpose is of Hive. It never got started. Let me know what the purpose is and how to use it for real estate leads, business consultation. So for anybody new here, the HiveMind is a automation platform for marketing. So you can use it to automate your outbound or inbound marketing for business, whether you're doing real estate or not. Essentially organizes your systems, but it does more than that too, because there's a lot of other inundates that qualifies it more than a CRM. So it's really hard to put a name on it, but we also have the community. So if you're in real estate or in business, it could definitely help out and accelerate your business as a whole for texting, emailing, and websites, all that good stuff, web chat. Any other questions?
I have one, but I can wait, make sure everybody gets their questions in.
No, go ahead, Sharonda, you're up.
Okay, I know you've told me this like probably 2 or 3 times before, I keep forgetting. Funnels and websites. When I go to the funnel, my funnel, it automatically starts with the split testing. And I don't know, it makes me itch, so I don't want to use it. So I always start dealing with a website, but I know one is more powerful than the other. And I know how funnels work, but one has more features than the other, and I can't remember which one it is. Is it funnels? Just please tell me it's not funnels.
Honestly, they're the same thing. They have different layouts, but they all do the same thing. So a funnel is more the layout of it is going to layer down a funnel. So you might have your landing page, your opt-in page, you might have a sales page, an about page, and it kind of layers down into the sales process. Whereas your website is just going to have multi-tier pages, and it kind of segments it out left to right and down.
Okay. So,
but they all have the same functionality.
They have all the same functionality. Okay, that's cleared that up. So, question. So I tried to build out something, and it looks really good. Where the contracts are, everything is built into the Hive, signature and everything. The only thing is like and I did it through the pages. The only thing is that I don't know how to get the custom fields to, pull in there. So I guess my question is really, so when I create, I have one template for the contract, right? And let's say seller, buyer, right? Buyer stays the same as my company, but the seller, currently what I just have it as like the dummy words, owner, address, yada, yada. But my question, I guess, really is, if I did a funnel, I could have a form that they fill out their information first, and then the next page, there's the contract with the data that they're putting in. Or is there a way to do the custom fields where when I'm creating or someone creates the website, that we just send or use the contact to send to create the page with the custom fields? Is it best to, well, I don't know even if that's possible. Should I just create a form first, and then their data coming from form goes right into the next page? Or can the custom fields come from where I designate? I guess is the best way to say it.
You can do both. So if you did a funnel, you can always collect information, because not everybody's going to put all their information at once. So if you collect their name, email, phone number first, that way you get the information whether they leave right there or not. It's definitely a good step one. Step two would be like, there's a button enabled in options in the forms called sticky contact. What that does is it's going to pull in that information from the previous form onto the next page. So that way they don't have to pull it out again.
The sticky contact.
Sticky contact. So from there, you might ask their property information, like, hey, how many acres is it? Does it come with utilities? Does it come with frontage? All that good stuff. And then you can kind of base it down. So if they ever do step one and leave, you still have their information. Hey, we received your information that you never filled out the form completely. What type of property are you trying to sell? That way you don't actually lose a lead right there.
So with the form, with the form collecting the data, because I'm intertwining the form and a web page, right?
Yeah.
So with the web page, with the elements, when you pull in an element, like you have a paragraph, can you embed the custom fields into the paragraph element? So let's say I'm saying this person is the seller. Contact name, will that work? I don't know if that would work.
You have to do,
because that's why I was thinking it had to be a funnel. Huh?
So the way I do it is, so if I'm building a form and I need there to be a text typed or showing up before the custom field, I generally, so if you're building a form, the form allows you to do two things. Like you can type a title, you can insert just a text field. One of the custom fields in the form builder is just a text field. not an input field, but like a text display field. So you can have stuff written above the field in that text display field, and then you can have your custom field display below it, so that if you want to have like, if you want to say something like seller name and then have a custom field next to it, you can type seller name and then have a custom field show up. Also, the title
but just a second though, you might be able to be the person that can help me think through it. This is for creating a web page that's interactive. So the form is in the web page. So the web page
are you using your information or theirs?
So, and that's the reason why I think that the only way to do it is every time that I start a new web page for someone, I would have to manually put in their data. And then for like the things like the signature and their name and all that, have the form at the bottom to create the whole document at the end. So what I'm doing is creating a contract within the web page that it flows down just like a regular contract. And then as they enter in their data, it all comes together after they hit submit. The only thing is that in creating the web page, everything has to be done. Well, so far everything is done without adding the custom fields, because the custom fields aren't feeding over from anywhere. So I was trying to see if you can add custom. I haven't seen anything.
So I know what you're saying. You're trying to pull information from a stored. You're trying to see if any stored information in one of your custom fields can be displayed in your web page, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So instead of a put request, Daniel, it'll be a get request. So instead of us filling out a form and that information being saved in the database, I think what Sharonda's trying to do, and I think this is what I'm trying to do also, and I would love if this feature worked, because it would make things significantly interesting. I can do a lot of different things with it, is if I could read data from an existing field and be able to display that on a page or a funnel. So if a seller already exists in my CRM and I have some custom information under the additional info field, like APN, or things like legal description, or things like due diligence period, or things like agreed upon purchase price, then if I can read that information and display that in a web page, then we can just build a custom contract that they can sign right then and there. I think that's what Sharonda's trying to do, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it's working through a Zap, so we know that access to the data stored in those fields is available, because when you create a Zap and you go into Zapier and you run that trigger, I mean, when you run that Zapier is able to pull information, and it shows you all of the fields that are associated with a particular contact. They're available for you to select from. I mean, I have my contracts, like I was playing around with it to have signed request be able to create and send a contract for signing. And it was easy to do because I had access to all the fields there. But if we can get read access and be able to get information from the fields to be able to display in a web page, then we can eliminate the need for Zapier and sign request and stuff like that.
Okay, so you answered my question, because that's what I didn't think we could. And if he's thinking about it the same way I am, we're trying to get the data. So I don't think that we can. I've tried for a little while now, and the only thing that I have successfully done, I've created the contract. Like for instance, you can do something that's not final. Like if you're doing an option that's not final, or you're doing a letter of intent, you can do that in there, because what will happen is the page will carry down as though it's a survey. And then once you're adding in the data and they've signed it, it comes over to us as a completed survey, and then we can email their copy right out to them. But then, for the purchase agreement, you want that to be done, the way that we can right now, which is to zap it out to whatever document signing platform that you have. So that's helpful. Just make sure I wasn't just trying something.
It's not just you. So only way to get information out is through the API or through Zapier. There's, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I covered this in the video training, but you can use custom values if it's your, that's why I asked if it's your information or theirs information. So you can use custom values to pre-fill documents on the web page, funnel, or website. That's your information.
Okay, wait, you said the custom values I can?
But it's only your information.
That I've entered.
Yeah. So I'll
I can live with that. I could live with that.
So if I go to settings and go to custom values, we have a lot of custom values that we add in there, but you can add in your own. So if you have like your social media information, if you wanted to add in everything else, these are like custom values we've added in there, but you can edit these. And essentially if you copy, let's say if it's your Snapchat, you put your Snapchat link here, you save it. Essentially you can plug in this custom value code into websites, pages, whatever you want to do, and it'll populate whatever that link is, or business name. So say you wanted to put your business name or business phone number, you can do the same thing. So if you put your business name here, essentially you can just plug in your information and it's going to plug in your business name on multiple websites.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why I said
I think that's different from what you're trying to do, but it's very useful.
Yeah, it's cool, but I don't think, because I'm trying to get strategically lazy here. Like I'm trying to, like when I get a new property, I want to be able to zap it out and then it pulls the data and creates a new web page like that,
Yeah, I'm looking for exactly the same thing. I want to be able to, whenever we get a new contract, I want to be able to create a for sale page for that property without having to someone manually needing to drop all the information. And I think we're in the same boat. From my research, Rhonda, like Daniel also mentioned, the only way to get that information parsed out is through an API call or through a Zap right now. And I think what I might end up doing is I might end up getting a third-party plugin for WordPress and have like something hosted externally, but my HiveMind hosted website have a link to that external website. So for instance, buysellsolve.com is completely built. It's a website that I have, but it's built entirely using funnels. It's not using websites. Like Daniel said, they're basically the same thing. You can achieve the same result multiple ways. So mine's, hang on, I'm gonna my son.
It's okay.
Yeah. So it depends. That's the beauty of the system is you can there's no wrong answer, and some people might come up with the same result using the same or a different variation of it.
So just to add to the way this can be accomplished, Rhonda, maybe we can hive it out offline, is we can have our website hosted within the Hive, have a link on our website called properties, and just the properties section be hosted like outside, and then we can have a Zap that feeds that information over to that website. But then anytime somebody clicks, you can have the look and feel of both websites match. So the end user doesn't really know that they're ever leaving our HiveMind hosted website. Only for the new property section, they may be visiting an external site.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I got you.
Oh, that was a lot for all the other people. Sorry about that.
It was. I wasn't gonna say that. It was a lot.
Hey,
sorry.
I wanted to let you guys know that you guys are like, we're all thinking the same way, because I just figured out how to make the Zap the DocuSign and it go to our transaction coordinator and the seller simultaneously. And then, my next thing, I was just working on the forms and trying to build out the website and landing pages. So I'm completely right there with y'all. Y'all just a little ahead of me. And I'm loving this right now. The universe is speaking.
Now we're just, I'm glad that is helpful for you. It's just, and I think that's one of the things about like having all these little brains floating around this. It's like you're amazing by yourself, but when you're combined with the efforts of everyone else, it's just exponential success. So things that, like, I've been spinning my wheels with something and then we get on a call, an organized call, and we just hash out a few more other things and have new ideas. So yes, it is the universe of the hive.
It's the hive, baby.
There you go.
Just like Coach Sean was saying the other day, when you look at all those little brains up there, you get any two brains together and it creates a third brain. In this case, we're getting right now 35 brains together and we're creating another brain, and 35 thought processes can bring a lot of intelligence to the table and a lot of possibility. I can guarantee you everybody here has something to offer. And as we're all thinking and focusing, starting to focus in the same direction, our actions focus into the same direction and the results focus in the same direction. When everybody's sharing that with each other and sharing how that we're getting there, everybody wins. Resistance is futile, baby.
Hey, how about, can I add, Mr. Martinez, can I add something real quick?
Do it.
So Frank, to build on what you just said, off of what Sharonda just said, imagine when we all start closing, the synergy of closing in any sales organization, the synergy starts to become contagious, and now everybody wants to close. And so now not only is everybody getting smarter, but they're becoming financially stable and secure, and money is flowing. And because you plugged in to this source, it's almost like owning your own bank, because nobody wants to be left out, right? Nobody, we don't want Yasir making all the money, right? We certainly don't want Bhaskar making all the money, because Jesus Christ, he's already a monster, right? But everybody being able to contribute.
No.
Don't kill yourself, Bhaskar. I was just talking. So anyway, what's up, Wayne? Just want to say what's up to y'all. Hey, everybody. Back to you.
Hey, Coach. What's happening?
All right, who's got the next question that they want answered? This call is for you.
I want to share something with everybody that may help people that are operating or wanting to operate in multiple markets. Guys, if you're not using smart lists, start using smart lists. You can create a filter based upon your city or your county or your state, and save each state or city or market as a separate smart list. And then you can upload tens of thousands of records to your database. And guess what? They're automatically going to be organized by state. So you can have, for instance, like we are working in Texas and Arizona, and I hadn't been using this feature myself, and I just recently started using this feature. And now I have two smart lists created. One's all Texas records and one's all Arizona records. And all I got to do is save two smart lists up there. And let's say if I have 5,000 contacts for Texas and 5,000 for Arizona, I don't have to keep filtering data out every single time. And you just click on your smart list for Texas. It'll show you all your records for Texas. And likewise for Arizona. It has just made my life so much simpler, rather than needing to keeping on filtering data every single time I wanted to run a new campaign. Like now I can really scale to multiple markets and have all of my data just simply dumped in there, and the system will automatically filter it out.
So I told Sharonda about this last week because she didn't hear about it, and smart lists are amazing. So I have a video covering it that'll come out this week. So it's there and it's coming. Stand by if you don't know what we're talking about.
I just want to go behind both of y'all and say, if you have, and there's somebody I just thought about from a couple of months ago that was having issues with all of this data. So here's the thing, the Hive is so amazing. It can do so much and it can hold so much. You can inundate yourself with data, right? And it's like, I've heard somebody say it's like drinking from a fire hose. What's incredibly frustrating, and what's so funny, because Bhaskar was going through it at the same time as I was going through it. I just didn't vent as much. But when you start marketing heavily with the Hive, and then you're adding all of these leads, and these people, they are calling, and I'm like, because you got the hive is going. It's like you set this thing to go, and it's like 50 people working when you're not, and it continues to work when you're not, and then you get inundated with leads, and then you're like, I know I talked to, and what was that guy's name? Because it is working in multitudes, if that's a word, more than you can, right? And so to try to keep up with what it's doing, you got to be able to sort all that data out. So finding out about the smart list last Friday, I will not forget. What happens is like Bhaskar was saying, you can sort your data, but think about this. You sent 1,000 text message or 1,000 different contacts you uploaded for Disneyland, right? You sent that out. You have 10,000 records for Florida. Okay, you're trying to find everybody that responded to your text messages in Disneyland. Okay, got it. So that you can move them in one area of your brain. But what about the people who didn't respond? So you can go into Smart List and say, okay, find everybody in Disney. That's going to take all of your records down to just the Disneyland folks, right? Then you say, I want to find everybody who didn't respond to me. So then it filters it down a little bit more. Then you hit the little plus sign and it saves it. It's going to always be there. Everybody who didn't respond to Disney will always be there. How can you use this data? You go to the left and there's a little checkbox. You click the checkbox and you hit select all of those. Then you take your API, Zapier, and send those out to Click to Mail, because now you can mail them a letter because they didn't respond to your text. So imagine having all that data before and you didn't know how to filter all this out and remember it. Every time I got to figure this out, every time I got to go back and create this new filter and how I filtered it the last time. Now I can just click my smart list, and the people who haven't responded to a text message still, or since then, I can mail them another letter. Because what if they respond later? They're no longer on the not responded list. They're going to go somewhere else. So it's like, it's called Smart List for a reason. It's really intelligent. So if you haven't been using it, definitely check it out. I think Bhaskar did a video last week on them. Just go and play with it and you'll be utterly amazed. It'll make the whole thing so much neater and cleaner. I remember months ago, Bhaskar was saying, there's so much data. There's cleaning data. We would spend hours cleaning our data, not knowing about this smart list. You know what I mean? So if you're new to the group, you're learning from our woes, the stuff we've been through, right? And to you might say, I don't even know
problems for everybody already.
Yes, we've already gone through it. Send us a tip. No, joking. Order me a pizza. No, joking. But I'm saying is, we've already gone through it. So just, listen to what we're saying. Go ahead and try the smart list. Go ahead and try building out a funnel. I was talking to somebody today that was building the domain. Use Google domain and go ahead and just start making it. Daniel, you still have the ones that are preloaded, right? The web pages. Yeah. Okay. Spend a few hours going on there, changing your name and your links. Go ahead and get it hooked to Google domains. It doesn't take very long. If you have any questions, it's like there's a video for it. Watch. You need 2 screens. Have the video going on one screen, have the hive going on another screen. One more tip and I'm gonna shut up. If you're building workflows and you want to duplicate a workflow, right? Because there's no button to click and copy the whole workflow unless I'm unaware of. Take one screen with the current workflow. I just figured this out. Everybody else is gonna love this. One screen with one workflow, logged in as Cinderella. And then on the other screen, log in as the Ugly Stepsisters or whatever other login you create, and then open your workflows there and just copy and paste the steps step by step by step to make sure you don't miss anything. Because you miss something,
you can copy and paste.
Yeah.
You can copy. You still can't. The steps you can't.
You can
copy
clone
the
it.
whole step.
You can clone it.
You can't clone it.
Clone.
No.
Right there. I can
Y'all
my
just taught me
God,
something.
awesome.
When did they start that?
You can clone the whole thing and put it to another user.
No way. That's
So
awesome.
I have this assigned user. I'm gonna clone it and then just change it to whoever that user is.
Oh, y'all in trouble now. Sharonda's gonna be cloning some. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Look at Frank snickering at me. It's okay, Frank. You can pick on me. It's all right.
I actually just figured this out like an hour and a half ago myself after like
it has to
messaging Daniel constantly trying to figure it out. And then I go to a new spot on the site and I'm like, oh my God.
You know what, Frank? It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's not our fault at all.
He did it and hadn't told us yet how great he made the shit.
And then he let me continue to talk. Listen, he let me continue to talk.
Hey. I'm like. All right. I think Sharonda's out of questions.
I am.
But yeah, workflows. A lot of stuff can be copied. A lot of stuff can be copied. If you think it can't, it probably can in some other way. So don't get stuck.
Well, you can't copy it inside of it, so you have to copy from the outside. Where is the layout? I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
She's hurt with that one.
I'm not hurt. I'm thankful. Trust me. I'm thankful. I wish y'all had told me that. Who was that on the iPhone? I'm mad at you. You should have told me that last week.
All right. We got a couple minutes left. Who's got the next question that they want covered?
Now, I do want to add, asked about those funnels because I have been doing the smart list. Like Bhaskar was saying, it's just totally revolutionized the way I'm doing multiple markets, but I have not taken advantage of the funnels. And so I wanted, like, how do you get started with funnels? Like how would I integrate that into what I'm doing as well?
So I recommend everybody when you get started with new stuff, just use the templates that are there. That we ain't gotta reinvent the wheel. Okay. But funnels, we use it for a lot of different things. So I think the funnel is there we use it for PPC. So yes. The funnel is, hey, we funnel everybody to this, and it's just a form or it's a survey to get their information. Once we get the information, we use to send it to a thank you page. You can put a thank you video. I think. And then we did in the past where we actually set an appointment. So we actually linked it to a calendar, and then it was a thank you video. So it was the form, it was the PPC to the website. They fill out the form. Then it was to an appointment calendar, then the thank you video or thank you page. But a lot of people use different ways. It's really not. I mean, it's not. It's however whatever process you're trying to formulate. Some of it's already there, but it's just a simple step-by-step process.
Okay.
But always work off the stuff that's already there. So people ask me, how do I use workflows? I'm like, well, when you do a workflow, there's recipes that you can actually look at how they built it. And those recipes are for everybody's account. That way you can kind of see what possibilities are there. Because a lot of stuff you can't even think of, but if you go off the pre-made templates, it kind of gives you an idea. So
one of the next things.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, thank you, Sharonda. I'm just going to keep it quick. One of the amazing things that I really need to implement that I can do is we have SOPs. We have some training videos internally for new members and existing members. And right now, all those videos are just saved as playlists, either on Vimeo or YouTube, and they're private playlists. So there's no real login. If I send them a link to that playlist specifically to the person that I give access to, they can watch it. But it's all over the place. And now with the memberships and being able to keep all of my SOPs, my documents, and my videos behind a login, that's something I need to implement ASAP, because we're looking to bringing on VAs on board pretty soon, and I don't want to have to send them to YouTube to watch a playlist. I don't want to have to email them any PDFs with, step-by-step instructions. If I can have them log in to the members area and have a checklist of onboarding tasks, that's going to be amazing. So that'll change the speed at which I bring on new people.
Yeah, and you can even do actions around that once they complete. Once they complete it, you can get a notification, so you know they're actually working. Based off of the
nice. That would be amazing.
So it's no longer just send them a link and hopefully they watch it. It's now like, hey, you didn't even finish this video. Go back and finish it. And based off their analytics. So you're getting a lot more insight and depth to your trainings.
It's the hive, baby.
Hey, Bhaskar, you might know, and Daniel too. Like, is there a way? I'm just off the top of my head now, since we were talking. You were just saying monitoring their progress. Is there a way to monitor a user's activity for a certain period of time?
Like if they're calling or if they're texting.
Calling or texting to see, because you can see things that are happening in the conversations, but that's like combined.
Yeah, you can go to the reporting tab, and here we'll go to it. They're not going to be anything here because it's dummy account, but you go to the reporting tab, go to agent reporting. You can search by date. So let's say you want to search today. Or this week, you can pull up all the stuff for this week. Search how many people they text, how many leads came in. As long as they're using it properly, you're going to have all your analytics and data versus total calls, answered, missed calls, manual action calls, or dialer calls. It's going to show.
Yeah, very, very cool, man. We just started looking at this for our cold calling campaigns.
I'm seeing a whole other side of Hivemind. This is crazy.
Go ahead, Bhaskar.
I was just saying the call reporting feature under reporting is amazing. You can see who dialed, how many numbers, how many connects. Every call gets recorded. You can go back and specifically play recordings from all the calls that were dialed. You can limit your reports to a specific time period, and this has been really helping. I mean, we now in our business, I'm not like I'm relatively new. I've only been aggressively marketing for like 3 months, 4 months now. And as we're starting to see traction, we're seeing deals, we're seeing our data produce results. We've shifted our focus to having SOPs in place and having KPIs being recorded. So I can analyze and see where the bottlenecks are, what needs improvement. And this whole call reporting and the reporting's dashboards been very insightful.
Outstanding. I actually have a question that ties into this. On the email side, like, can I replace MailChimp with this? Like MailChimp, it'll track how many were received, how many were opened, stuff like that. And if I slip a video in, can I track the first two I mentioned, and then have those analytics also catch that video side if it's being fed by something in the system? So I can also know to jump back on their ass and say, hey, read this now or watch this video now.
So the answer is yes. Mailgun is the only person that can track open emails. So you might have to get Mailgun. Mailgun, I think they might have a free version, but I think the paid version is like $30. We paid $30 for it. If you need help getting connected, contact our team. We'll need your API key and all that stuff to connect it. But you can definitely hit us up for that. The thing you want to see is what we call trigger links. I have not shown this to anybody. It's been there for a while. I believe, I forget where it's at. It's not used very often. That being conversations, trigger links. So trigger links, I made a video talking about this in our training coming out this week. But essentially, you can create a trigger link for whatever is link based, a form, YouTube video, a link to your website. And if you put it in an email, you can put these in emails or text, essentially. So you essentially create a link here, and let's say I wanted to send it via text. I can send. Let me go to
with
this.
you, Lorenzo.
Contact Danny. We're gonna send SMS. Essentially, I can do, hey. Let me kind of build this out. So, hey, contact first name, click here. Oops. So I can actually, oops, wrong one. It's going to be under trigger links. Pop in your trigger link and send. You can do the same thing via email as well. So say I have 1, 2, 3 at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at test.com. Once I input this, I should have the ability to pop an email. So let me go, let me find somebody with email. This big person called Mason. So I can do the same thing with email side too. So if I do send email, you can actually click here an actual link. So click here, you hit the chain and hit your trigger link out. So now it's actually going to say,
oh my God, dude.
Boom.
So with trigger links, you can create actions around it too. So let's say you're split testing your emails, you can do 3 different trigger links for all your campaigns, and then based off of them hitting a certain trigger link, you know what's actually tracking and view your analytics.
Hey, I don't think nobody's gonna get sleep tonight. They're gonna be up all night, man. All night doing this.
And like I said, it's just
I've
another
got 3 funnels to build right now.
It's just one of those things where you can test it out and see what's working. You can plug in trigger links anywhere too. So just copy that code and input it where you want. It's up to you. It's up to your imagination.
I was just looking at that membership section. Oh my God.
Yeah, the membership section,
I mean, like,
it looks like Jobby, but it does the same functionality. What I really like about it is that you can host it to your own domain, which is unheard of. So like landmogul, it's landmogul.com, or Frank, it could be frankswalman.com, and it's actually your domain. Everything links to that login.
I've got a customer who's going to be a customer for HiveMind officially as of tomorrow, because he's like literally paying me to turn him into a guru for Airbnb, and he's already a super host and does a lot, but now he wants to train other people. And this just became the platform, instead of like a combo of 2 others that are almost 3, with a mail platform that I was going to have to suggest. Wow.
Yeah, it covers a lot. It covers a lot. I think we have time for one more question.
Direct mail.
Direct mail, okay.
So when everything is, the list is falling down, and then you send out your direct mail. I haven't used it on the Hive yet, but how do we integrate that within the Hive?
Does your mail platform integrate with Zapier?
Yes.
So I'll create it right here. Check this out. So we can create a workflow, and you can do it tag-based action or however you want to do it, but just do start from scratch, whatever the action is, and just do a webhook. Paste in your webhook, and there it is. Whenever it could be a tag-based action, it could be a completion of another campaign, it could be in the middle of another campaign. If they say whatever, if they don't respond to your text, like Shonda with that smart list, you can create your whole little smart list, and then once a week, just pop those into a campaign that sends it to your Zapier and sends it up to the direct mail. And now you're automating your direct mail. You can do it like once a week, and it's just by popping in that webhook and whatever action you want to put it in there for.
Wow.
Easy.
Daniel, I hate that we running out of time, man.
What's the next? We got one more question. Let's go. What you got?
Yeah, this is a 3-part question. So
right.
Okay, so I noticed that the deal machine is on the dashboard now.
Yeah.
How does that integrate, and is it a separate service that just is integrated, or is it something that you guys have come across some type of deal with them? Secondly, the DocuSign, once I get a signature for DocuSign, is there a way that I can get it to feed back to my Google Drive so I can keep it in storage? And third is, can I get the HiveMind videos into the membership field so that I can only have them look at specific videos?
Yes, yes, and yes. I'm gonna skip one because everybody, Deal Machine will be on Thursday's call. So they're gonna cover how to use Deal Machine, how to connect to the HiveMind, all the good stuff, and the Q&A. Deal Machine integrates through Zapier. So that's the short answer is Zapier. As soon as you tag a lead, you can set up the automation to input it into HiveMind. Your question number 2 is
DocuSign to Google Drive.
DocuSign, that would be a DocuSign thing, and you probably do Zapier for that. Whenever a contract is signed, send it to your drive. That'd be a simple Zapier thing as well. Your third question is whatever videos you want to download. I have in my video queue of how to download videos. So whatever videos you want them to essentially view, you can download and put it into your own membership course. That's the short
Thank you, man. Listen, I love all you guys, man. I really do. Thank you so much, man.
So, but yeah, I did a video training in the videos I'm releasing of how to download videos. So you can definitely mess with that.
Perfect.
Your 3 questions was answered in 2 minutes. Anybody else got a question? I got time for one more.
Okay, just
We're excited
admit
for
that
Deal Machine,
Sharonda was right. We needed to have a newbie Monday. I just wanted to say that. That's all.
Okay.
I'm just playing. No, it's just been a while that we just, hived about the CRM, and we've had a bunch of questions for you, so we appreciate it. You took it like a champ, and we hit you hard with them.
It's okay. You got questions?
Thanks for sharing, man.
All right. If nobody else has any final questions, you guys can think about it maybe the next time we do this. But like I said, hopefully we're gonna have the videos released this week. I'm shooting for Wednesday. Like I said, they're getting uploaded tonight, so I got stuff to do right now. But I should be able to build out the web page and all that good stuff. That way they're all accessible. And it covers everything, including triggers links, including workflows, including advanced workflows, texting, calling, dialer, websites, funnels, all of that. I got it. It's here. And then after that, we'll have Saturday Clubhouse at noon Central. Y'all get the link for that. But if not, that's it. Have a good day, guys. We appreciate y'all coming out. If we'll see you Wednesday or Thursday, who knows? All right, have a good day, guys. Good night.
Aha, baby.
See you guys.
Everyone.